What is happening? It's Nintendo Powercast Mini. I got Crawler here with me. What's going on, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
Of course, make sure to check out the full episodes of Nintendo Powercast wherever you listen to podcasts or right here on YouTube. Tonight we are talking specifically about the Mario Strikers demo. We're going to go into it in full detail on the show as well with Johnny and Cheesy, but this little bite-sized episode here, we're going to talk about our experience. You guys are actually seeing our gameplay if you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify, and if you're just listening to the audio, well, we'll do our best to make sure we keep you informed here on what's happening on the screen. But yeah, just initial thoughts right off the bat. What'd you think?
It's beautiful but chaotic.
Yes. Yeah, there's more. It happened more times than I'd like to remember that I was standing at the other side of the field, not even near the gameplay, because I was watching something like not, especially on our first match here. See, I'm not even in this. If you guys are watching,
you were playing handheld at your sister's wedding, right? Or
it was it was the day of the wedding, and I was just in my room, playing handheld. And
you messaged me on Discord. You're like, "Did we win? Were we playing together?"
Yeah, I didn't have any idea. I didn't have any clue. Yep. So yeah, it took a little bit getting used to. But go ahead, continue with your thoughts here.
Yeah, I mean, it's they had an interesting way that it had to go down. I guess that you couldn't play solo. You were teamed up either with a friend or a random. And so it was 2v2, and they don't really tell you who, like what number you. So your name isn't above your character.
Correct.
You're assigned to a random number. It's 1, 3, 5, and 7, because I think there's the potential for couch co-op to be. Does this game have the potential for 8 players?
Couch players, co-op? Yes, it is.
Okay, I mean that's nuts.
That was confirmed in the.
Okay, and that confirms it with just how we're visualizing this. And so I get not wanting to put names up there because that would muddy it a little bit. It's keeping the UI clean
for sure. But
there was no great understanding going into it that that's what you were like. I don't know. It was chaotic, and it was small bite-sized pieces that you had to digest this thing in an hour. And so it was a lot to kind of take in. I wish there was maybe had been a little bit more in the demo to kind of offline prep you for what it was going to be, because everything was grayed out before it was live, and then it was live. And even the stuff, the windows, I didn't even realize that there was windows on this until I tried to play it on Friday when I got home from work.
Oh, and really?
Because it was buried. Like when I went to go look for it, it wasn't in the tweets. It was buried in the eShop post, but you had to expand the eShop post to even see the times. It wasn't like I feel like they didn't do a great job broadcasting what it was.
Gotcha.
And so I thought it was just like Aces, back when we had the Aces demo. It was live for the whole weekend or whatever. And that was what I was planning on. This was more on par with the
with every other test fire or whatever.
The last couple ones that they've been doing.
Yeah, no. And that's so that's why I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna even hit a window, like I think you posted, hey, who wants to play? And I was like, oh, I'm actually sitting and doing nothing right now. Let's check this out. It'll be fun. So but yeah, I didn't know off the bat who was who. And so
yeah, you pick. So at the very beginning, you pick 4 characters. Each player gets to pick 2. You can't have repeats, so you can't have a team of Yoshis like you were playing against in the demo. But everyone has their unique abilities. There wasn't any gear that you could even. They had it in a window for you to see and kind of look at, but you couldn't earn any coins to then buy gear. And so it it was kind of, this was all just without gear. So there's gonna be there's trade-offs on the gear, so you can boost your shot or you can boost your speed, but there's also a negative kind of counter effect to it. So I'm sure we'll fall into a meta. I saw the heavyweights have really good shooting ability and they're hard to take the ball from. So it's, and then there is going to fall probably a 4-player or a 4-character kind of meta.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a fear that we're going to fall into that, which we've talked about having that fear.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there will be some gear specific stuff as well that you'll see people start rocking to have either a sniper on their team so that they can just cross the. That was one problem that we encountered. I think you saw it in that last clip when the team gets supercharged. If players are down on the other team or whatever, you can just you just have to cross just a smidgen over the half line, the midway point of the field, and you can charge up that hyper strike or whatever it's called.
Right. Yeah.
Then you're kind of in no man's land if everyone's away from you, and it can be done from anywhere on your half of the field, and so it's a lot to defend. And when you're trying to swap between players, it can be a little chaotic. So I'm kind of looking forward to what it's going to be as a single player playing against somebody else online. But it was kind of cool that we had one lag out, I think, on the first game that we played together a little bit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everything seemed to be okay. I didn't really notice lag of any kind of sort. Did you?
Well, and I not for the most part, no. And I did at the room I'm at, they finally got they upgraded their internet or their Wi-Fi anyway to be NAT type B. So because I used to not be able to play anything there, so I was like, this was the first test of being able to run anything on their Wi-Fi. So, and this is like a timeshare, right? So not the best. Typically, you're not going to have the best Wi-Fi, and it ran pretty smooth in handheld. So I was pretty pleased with that. It also looks great on the OLED. I think that's worth noting. Like the game looks good. I love the fact that they give you outfits, like you pick your team, Cyclones and Warriors.
Yeah, the
right?
team name is dependent on the team, the color you pick, or the jersey, the kit.
Yeah, and that's nice because you might have if the other team wants to play as Mario, you're not stuck not even being able to play Mario, right? Or if they want to play Donkey Kong or whatever, you could literally have, and I have a feeling, as we were talking about the meta, it's going to be a lot of the same 4 characters on most teams. Now, how long does it take for DLC to start dropping?
Yeah.
The other question that
was the longest. First off, that was the longest intro I think anybody let me get all weekend. I was hopeful for a full intro, but one person chooses to skip out of the 4 and it skips the intro, and it was really beautiful, and I was really hoping, but with only an hour to play, everyone was kind of skipping the intro.
Right.
So that one intro was about as much as we got.
Well, we got these last 2 matches that we played here. We just got
annihilated.
We just got wrecked. So, but again, I couldn't even figure out how to like do the slide tackle or whatever. I'm like, I don't remember which button does what. So, that was on me. But yeah, the overall presentation, everything, I think it looks great. The thing I was wondering about is, are we going to unlock characters, or is it only going to be dropped through DLC? Like, with so few characters, like I don't think we mentioned it on last week's show or anything, but like I do wonder if like Daisy and other characters like that are just going to show up through, like maybe it's like a Mario Kart style thing where like X amount of goals is going to unlock somebody.
Sonic's going to be in there. We're going to have to play 1,000 matches. Or what was the rumor in Melee?
Oh, you had to do the 100-man challenge or whatever on the hardest difficulty, and it was like, yeah, that was brutal. Actually, I met CJ, I believe is his name. I think he's part of the Player One podcast. He wrote that article. That was him that put that together, and I was like, this was you. Like when I found out recently, I was like, what? So, but yeah, I mean, overall impressions, I think the game is going to be very enjoyable. I think couch co-op is going to be fantastic. I think playing with friends is going to be fantastic, and I think the online is going to have you're going to have to get your chops up relatively quick if you want to compete in this one, and hopefully that doesn't deter too many people. So, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
I mean, it looks great. I'm hopeful that it's going to be a little deeper. It was fun, but like it becomes less fun when you get annihilated by like the people we were playing against here in this video. So I mean, it can ruin your fun pretty quick, which I think is the problem that Aces ran into. And so I hope it doesn't come to that, and I hope they find ways to keep it fresh and enjoyable. If there's a hidden elo somewhere, or we were talking about that last week. So I mean, we'll see. But it is beautiful. I'm excited to see kind of some more of the animations that everyone kind of rushed through. I'm hopeful that there's maybe going to be more stadiums, or getting to see a little bit more of the stadiums, because it's kind of less of a feature than I was hopeful for. You kind of see it in the video, but it's not, the field is always the same. And I think that was kind of a complaint when we played golf as well, is like nothing felt Mushroom Kingdom-y. I think the items help a little bit, but sometimes you forget you have items in this game. Sometimes. So I mean, it's fun and chaotic, and we'll see. I'm picking it up on Friday, and I'll play it some more.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to jump in. It felt like Strikers. It's the ability to play online. There's a lot that gets me excited about this. It feels truer to the source material than Super Rush, right? Than the games, the previous games. So I'm actually happy about that, and hopefully the full package is a is a good $60 value for everybody that ends up picking it up. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on the beta over this weekend. If you played, let us know in the comments, and we might even read some of these comments on the Nintendo Powercast on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube and twitch.tv/N64Josh. Thank you guys for watching /listening, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.